All right, so welcome back to the Earthborn Rangers campaign. If you've been following along, we last left off where we had just completed our biscuit delivery mission, and we met back up with our trainer, and they basically gave us free reign to, at this point, roam the map. We decided to camp, so we packed kind of the game away, and then when you do decide to camp, as you're bringing everything back out, you will start back up on the place that you left out. So we were on actually visiting White Sky via Lone Tree Station, so we were on a wooded path. And so basically now we get all of our cards back, no cards in our discard pile. Everything kind of fully gets, refreshed, no fatigue cards. And then to start, we're supposed to deal out our starting hand of 6 cards, which I'm going to take now. And I'll show y'all here in a bit what that looks like. And then we do the setup for White Sky. So on the back of the card, the setup is the lead ranger draws 1 path card. I am, in this instance, the lead ranger. I draw a path card, and I've got Artel Angler. So he's got a little spot in the book. So we're going to go to the 48. We're going to read about him again, which I think we've already done. So Artel Angler enters play. If Ranger has a biscuit basket equipped, go to 48.1. If you found the perfect fishing spot, go to 48.2. Otherwise, go to 48.3. Ahead of you, a partially submerged Estian ruin rises out of the water. Perched atop it, an energetic angler casts a high arcing line into the lake with a tremendously long fishing pole. The fisher folk sees you, then reels in the line and flips his pole around. Thrusting the base of it into the water, the angler pushes off from the ruin and uses the fishing rod to vault to the shore, landing on the trail in front of you. No need to step lightly. Fishing's been awful lately. It's like there's not a single fish in all of White Sky Lake. Clear Artel with progress to ask about the poor fishing. That's basically what it tells me to do. So I think that's one of the objectives. So I'm going to move Artel closer to the camera so that you can kind of, let me get it angled right. It's down arrows you can see from here. So he's going to be placed within reach of my character. This will be my character items that I have equipped. He'll be within reach, and then these are along the way. And everything within reach and along the way is between me and the location. Now we're going to start the round. So I draw a path card to start the round. And then we got Sunberry Bramble. I'm going to show y'all what that looks like. It's a down arrow as well, so it'll be within reach. Has an option to do an awareness test. If I do an awareness and I get an effort of 2 or higher, the thorn, it's a pluck, so I get the thorn ringed fruit to add 1 damage to this feature. And soothe 2 fatigue. If you fail, this feature fatigues you. It's got a total of 2 damage. Once it's fully damaged, it's done, or 3 progress to get rid of it. It is a presence of 1, as noted here, so that basically means it's going to cost me fatiguing cards if I want to bypass it to interact with the location to travel away from it. I think I want to interact with Artel, the Ranger, to kind of figure out what's going on there. And then we'll show what my cards look like. And so I'm going to show you my starting hand. So insightful. After you succeed in a test in which you commit this attribute, you may suffer 1 fatigue to add it back into your hand. So I've got Trail Mix, Exhaust. So it comes with 2 morsels, which are a basic resource for this card you can use. And when I exhaust 1 morsel, I choose a ranger. That ranger soothes fatigue equal to the number of fit in their energy pool. I currently have 3 fitness, so that's a way for me to get cards back pretty easily. Compassionate. It's got 2 hearts to add to tests that would actually give bonuses to hearts. My favorite is the Oru the sheepdog. You can exhaust him to move a being and add 2 progress to it. And then fitness plus heart as a pet, and I can pet to ready this being and soothe 1 fatigue. I've got a calming presence skill. I can attach it to a predator. Attached card loses the predator trait, which is nice. And then before a challenge effect on the attached card would resolve, you may discard 2 progress to cancel the effect. That's kind of nice. And then I've got tracked, which is I can also attach to a being. Comes with 3 tracks, which is a resource you can use. Response: after a challenge effect on the attached being resolved, add 1 track. And I can use 1 track when a ranger performs a test, commit 1 effort. So basically to start, I'm going to spin my 2 spirit that I have here. And I'm going to get this Oru the sheepdog out because he allows me to add progress for sure. And so I think I'm gonna add progress to the Sunbury Bramble. It's actually, this is progress to a being. So this Artel Angler, to find out more about what's going on, it's 2 progress per ranger. That's what that 2R stands for. So I am actually gonna move it a being and add 2 progress to it. So let me go ahead and exhaust this and move the being to along the way from within reach, and I will add 2 progress to it, which once I have the 2 progress to clear it, I get to 48. So I'm going to read that. 48.6. Artel Harumps. Not sure what it is, but the fishing's been terrible for weeks. I think something spooked the fish in these parts. I can feel it. The angler appears contemplative for a moment. Actually, I've been hearing tales of some amazing fishing spots across the lake at Golden Shore. Maybe all fish moved up there. Would you be willing to accompany me? I'd sure appreciate the escort. What with the fish spooker hanging around somewhere. So we have a choice here. We can agree to bring Artel to Golden Shores, so we discard all progress from Artel and attach Helping Hand mission to Artel. Or not today, and we discard Artel and soothe 1 fatigue. I think we help him. So let me grab that Helping Hand mission. Show you what that looks like. So you've agreed to help this person and complete an important task. Do not add this mission to the campaign tracker. If you do not help this person before the end of the day, the opportunity is lost for now. So the attached being gains persistent. We haven't ended the day yet, so I'm actually going to move him. Let's move the map out the way slightly. And I'm going to attach him here. And we'll see what happens. Alright, I've got a few more things I can do here. I think I'm going to do an avoid test to exhaust 1 being. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a pluck. So it's an awareness test. So it's basically any awareness plus any triangles I want to discard. And I do have this triangle here that I could use to discard to add effort to that test. I'm not going to, however, because I do have 2 awareness tokens, and I'm going to spend both of those to try to do an awareness of 2 and hope the challenge card doesn't screw me. And it does. It's a -1 on the challenge card. Yay. So I don't complete that. All right, the feature fatigues me. Great. So I'm gonna put a card here into the fatigue deck. It's a little Poco the Ferret. Oh, that sucks. Well, all right. I will do a focus test to try to gain more, to remember test, using my focus, try to gain more cards. Oh, and because this was a sun, I should have suffered another fatigue that last time, because it is the midday sun. And this is a mountain. All right, nice. So if there's an active prey exhausted, add progress to it and damage to this feature, both equal to that prey's presence. There is none, so we're good there. Let's see. All right. I got the fitness, but I don't really have anything I can use. Do I have any cards that... Yeah, I've got some fitness cards. Yeah, I will put this trail mix out, this gear. It's going to cost me 2 fit to do that. And comes with 2 morsels on it. So I'm going to put these 2 little doodads on there. And yep, I think I'm going to end it. So I'm not going to travel. I'm going to decide to rest, refresh all cards. Each ranger draws a card and regains all energy in their pool. The card I drew is another Insightful. So it's got a triangle on it that I could choose to discard that card to add that to any tests that have a plus triangle on it. A little triangle symbol. And then this will go that, and this will go back. All right. Starting over with the round, flip over a card on the path deck, and I got Vera Lake Guide. So she's got a within reach because it's a down arrow, and it's a 3 progress per ranger to clear her. Let me see what 49 says, because 49 is a entry in the book for her. And it says, Vera Lake Guide. If a ranger has a biscuit basket equipped, go to 49.1. We do not. If you've saved Vera, go to 49.2. Otherwise, go to 49.3. Okay. A woman at the helm of the docked Dolewood longboat has the shoulders that one earns after a life of paddling and pooling the valley's waterways. She nods curtly in a direction. I'm Vera. I make runs all over the lake. She thinks for a moment after you introduce yourself. You know, if you need a ride somewhere around White Sky, I can take you. Just make sure you're ready to go when you call on me. Clear Vera with progress to charter her boat to immediately travel to any location in White Sky Lake. Wow, that is incredible luck, because we need to get this. I'm going to bring the map up to show. So we have White Sky Lake here, and we're trying to get to Golden Shore so we can get that angler to Golden Shore. So if we can clear her with progress, we can charter that boat and go right there. So I'm going to immediately exhaust the being. Well, let me wait. I need 3. So let me do a connect test of 2 on Vera. So I'm going to spin the 2 to do a connect test. See what my... There's a 0 there. So nothing actually happens other than I get 2 progress on Vera. And then I'm going to send the sheepdog. By exhausting it, I can move a being and add 2 fitness to it. So I'm going to move her and add 2 progress. So I've got 4 on her, so it clears. And I read 49. Okay. If you 49.5, it says clear. If you've saved Vera, go to 49.4, otherwise 49.5. You move down the shore and find Vera cleaning the deck of her longboat. She looks up and sighs. You ready? You may immediately proceed to the travel phase of the round. If you do, you can travel to one of the following locations: Lone Tree Station, Golden Shore, Aatrox Mountain, even if there are already cards with the obstacle keyword in play. Use the lakeshore terrain type when building the path deck. If you choose to travel in this way, discard the current challenge card and do not resolve the remainder of this test. Okay. If you choose not to travel Vera, and resolve the remainder of this test as normal. So we're going to go ahead and travel with her. So, and we're going to travel to Golden Shore. So, it states to use the lakeshore terrain on the path. So let's take this away. We're going to do a little cleanup here. This is the other deck with all of the woods and the remaining things from White Sky Lake. So, got a couple things in here. I'm going to snag her because we are going to be traveling on her boat. And then cool. So get rid of her. Pivotal locations. Let's pick out the Golden Shore. Maybe there's not a pivotal location, so I could have sworn there were cards for Golden Shore. Let me see. The wood's back. Okay, and it tells me to use lakeshore terrain. So let's find that. I just want to check the rule book since it's a non-pivotal location. How I build the path deck here. See if I throw any other cards. To build the path deck for your new location, combine the several sets of path cards. Terrain set. Location of the valley can be vast areas to perform the base of the path deck. Find all the matching terrain type. Okay. Certain locations have notable people and places to seek out and discover in your journey. These locations are pivotal. This is listed on their card and marked on the valley map with a gold and brown 8-star location. So that is not a pivotal. If your new location is not pivotal, you are never quite sure who you'll encounter. You might find one of the valley's wanderers of the features of the valley or an exceptionally dangerous predator. Shuffle all path cards in the valley set and add 3 random cards from this set to the path deck. So it says shuffle all path cards in the valley set. And add 3 random cards from this path set to the path deck. So the valley. Shuffle all the path cards in the valley set. Okay, cool. So I'm adding 3 valley cards into this deck because there may be random people from the valley wandering around. So monsters included. So I'm going to take the 3. Okay. Putting that back in the corner. And then I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Okay. Go ahead and make the path deck here. No longer in White Sky, we're in Golden Shore. Let me grab the location card for Golden Shore. Golden Shore. I'm going to show the card for Golden Shore here so everybody can see the artwork is just absolutely fantastic. So it's got a contemplate test, which is a spirit plus any triangle on cards I discard. You need a contemplate of 2 or more to complete. The rhythmic waves as they lap the glittering shoreline soothe 1 fatigue for every 2 effort. And I need at least a 2 effort, so that's a way of soothing fatigue. And then it's a 3 progress per ranger on it in order to clear the card and to be able to travel away from it. Let's see, we've got this helping hand mission here. So we did complete the helping hand on this. And so we did find the perfect fishing spot because we are now in the Golden Shore. Is there any location text for Golden Shore? I don't see any. Nope. So nothing to read about Golden Shore. But we are going to read about Artel Angler and this helping hand mission. All right. Found the perfect fishing spot. So we got to clear him. So he's going to stay right here. So we got to let him know about the perfect fishing spots. So let's see, we got set up here for this. Lead ranger draw a path card upon arrival, and there is a entry book for this. It's 12 in the book. Well, I want to read about Golden Shore. Let's see. Okay, here it is. If RTEL is in play, go to 12.1. RTEL nods approvingly. Look at that little tucked away spot under those trees. It definitely feels better, don't you think? Nothing spooking the fish around here, I can tell. RTEL pulls one of his several collapsible fishing poles out of a long conical tube. Here, never let it be said that I don't pay my debts. Besides, how many vaulting rods does one person need? Gain RTEL's vaulting rod reward card. Discard RTEL. Return helping hand to the collection. Record. Found the perfect fishing spot. Or record. Found the perfect fishing spot on the campaign tracker. Alright. RTEL's vaulting rod. Let's see what that card looks like. So I'm going to get rid of that. Get rid of mission. I've got a reward. RTEL. Got an upgraded card here. Kind of cool, actually. Exhaust, use one vault. Exhaust an obstacle. That's kind of cool. So, response, when there are no vaults on this gear, discard it. It also has a fish test, awareness test. If there is a water card in play, soothe 2 fatigue and add 2 progress to a water card. And more importantly, it's got all these different symbols to be able to. So it's kind of cool. I like it. I like the card. So I will be able to swap that into my deck the next time that I rest, which is kind of cool. So now I'm in this place. So the next time I decide to camp, swap in that card if I want to, and then I need to found the perfect fishing spot on the campaign tracker, which I'm going to do now. All right. All right. It says to record on the campaign tracker. Perfect. Done and done. So let's refresh everything here. Let's take a look at this hand again. And then when we travel, okay, we're good. So let's flip over a card here, because that's the setup for this location. And then I've got a Ren Kobo Merchant. He's a being, human, villager. 83 in the actual campaign book. We'll figure that out. And he's a 4R to clear. So let's do the campaign book. Let's read about Ren Kodo's 83. Let's find that here. Okay. The man's broad face has been weathered by years of strong wind, and his eyes are surrounded by a forest of wrinkles from a lifetime of squinting into the sun. He pulls his hand out of the pocket of his long coat and thrusts it forward. He speaks with the drawl of a Messapian sea folk. Ren Kodo's the name, he says. Traveling merchant and master of commerce of the Sunray Flotilla. At your service. Perhaps you'd like to make a trade. If not, we can simply share the road. I see we're traveling in the same direction. Clear kin Ren Kodo with progress to trade with him. I kind of want to trade with this guy. See what he's got. All right, we're going to flip this over to start the round. And we got another, interesting, we got another person. Sil Belai Artist. Human. Being. Villager. And he's 82 on here, so let's put him into play. Let's go to 82 on here and see what he is. It says if you've witnessed a masterpiece, go to 82.1, otherwise to 82.2. As you follow the path, you see a woman perched on a rock a few meters above the trail. She sees you at the same time and waves. Hello, she calls out. You ask her what she's doing, and she gestures to her easel. I'm trying to paint as much of the valley as I can. This view is beautiful, but I could use a person to help with scale. Do you think you could stand right there? Now try and look adventurous. Clear with progress to help her finish her painting. I kind of want to do that too. I think we go help her finish her painting first. Well... Well, let's see. Who do we want to go first? Alright, let's go for the merchant, and then we'll do the other one. I'm going to spend 2 spirit to do a connect test. Let's flip this over. And it's -1 spirit, of course. And I'm going to do a connect test, but because it's a -1, I'm going to connect actually with the artist instead. I think I can do that. I don't think I have to choose. So I'm going to add a progress here. I'm going to exhaust here. It'll move her, but add 2 more progress to it. So now she is cleared. Go to 82. So let's see. And done. I love your cloak. Such a nice color. She takes a step back and appraises her work. You know, I can't help but think that you would look even more heroic if you were posed on a mountain with a sweeping view of the valley behind you. I don't suppose you'd be willing to accompany to the top of a mountain and pose from there. What do you think? Sounds fun. Discard all progress and attach helping hand to Syl in her some other time. I kind of want to help her out as well. Let's get the helping hand animation back out. Sure we can find a mountain. In fact, Mount Nim or Atrox is fairly close, so helping hand. Okay, now I want to try to get this guy cleared. See what else I have in my hand I might want to put out. Nothing. Well, let's do a fitness test. I'm going to do a pet. Let's see. Alright, nothing happens with the 0, so this will go back to unexhausted. And I soothe the fatigue. Alright, let's see. It's right into my hand. Nice. Okay. What else do I want to do here? Have an awareness test I could do. I could draw a card. So I'm going to spend the... I'm going to exhaust this again. I'm going to add a couple progress tokens to the merchant. I'm going to do another test. I'm going to just spin both of these to do it. Flip it over. Glad I did because it was a -1. Comes back to life. Soothe the fatigue. And I add 2 more progress to this. So I got Code of the Merchant. Clear, or so let's go to 83. Trade, you say? Ren sweeps out his hands. Well, of course you do. I've been from the Messapian Sea to the fortress of the Ice Clans, and I've never laid eyes on the great, and I've even laid eyes on the Great Ocean, if you can believe it. And I have something from everywhere I've visited. He goes to his wagon and starts pulling out items. Now let's see if I can find something to tickle your fancy. Each ranger may return a gear from their hand to the collection. If they did, choose a gear card from the collection that meets the aspect requirement for, or add it to their hand. This alteration to their deck is permanent. If you don't trade with Koto, soothe to fatigue. Okay. let's see. Okay. I can return a gear to the collection to swap it out. Interesting. Well, I'm not going to do that because I like my deck, so oh well. Let's see. Alright, well, everything's cleared, so I think I'm gonna rest. Actually, you know what? I will do a focus test. It is a +1, so it says draw cards. So equal to my effort, and then scout 1. So I'm gonna do the Sparrow because he's a phenomenal card to have out. He's a companion. Spend these 2, put him out. I'll show you what this Sparrow does. If you don't remember from last time, I can exhaust him to add 1 damage to a being in the same area as this companion, but I can also do a survey test where I can scout path cards equal to my effort. So I can scout ahead to see what might be coming down the path to kind of prepare for things. At this point, I don't want to stay here too much longer. I want to get to a mountain. So we're going to try to skedaddle. We need 3 progress on that main card to get the hell out of here. So let's figure it out. We'll try to go to Aatrox Mountain. Yeah. Or I can go to Mountain Nim. But I think Aatrox is a little more scary. We'll go to Mountain Nim. Or no, let's go to Aatrox. Let's go there. Because I want to get to the northern location eventually. So we're gonna try to get progress on this place. So let's refresh. I draw a card to my hand. I got that Pokado the Ferret. Put him out. We got a Romping Lutrinal in the way. So what I think I'm gonna do here is play Pokado the Ferret. I'm gonna play these 2 to try to do a void test. Got 0 on there, but it is a sun symbol. So for midday sun, I'm gonna. However, clouds should be off on that, so this will flip over. Put the clouds back on it. Okay. I'm going to do something here. So I did it, yeah, that does get exhausted. And I am going to do a traverse test. I'm going to do a traverse test of 3. And what else do I need for a traverse test? Oh, anything with that symbol. I'm going to discard Pokado the Ferret because I've already got her out. So I'm going to add 4 effort just in case I get a -1. Oh, I didn't get a -1. That's great. So I will add a total of 4 progress to this card to travel away from it, which I am going to do. Let's travel away from it. Let's throw these back on. Pack up the, I don't have any obstacles in the way, so I can definitely travel. This goes away. This is a persistent with the helping hand mission. Take this back. And then still on the lakeshore path because I'm heading to Aatrox Mountain. So let's show everybody. We were at Golden Shore. Gonna head over here to Aatrox Mountain. So we get to a mountain area for this mission that we have on the helping hand. All right. Aatrox Mountain, not a pivotal location. Shuffle these cards again, pick 3 of the valley cards and make the deck again. And I think what I'm going to do here, make this deck, finish this mission, and we're going to call it after that. Let's go shuffle this cards around, make this path deck. Aatrox Mountain location card's gonna come out. Let's see what that looks like. Oh wow. This looks like my kind of place. Although I'm sure it's difficult in a sense, but so location, it's a mountain and got an ascent on there. There's a fitness test, so it's a 5. So I've got a climb test. So I can climb the steep and perilous route, add 2 progress to this location for every effort, then it fatigues you. So I gotta climb the top. So it'll fatigue me every time. So interesting. All right then. But it only requires me an effort of 1 for each time I do that. So that's helpful. All right. So now that I'm let's see the back here. 11 lead ranger. This is the rival setup. Search the path deck for the next obstacle and put it into play. Well, that sucks. Tributary stream. So that is along the way. It's going to prevent me from getting to this area. It is entry of 11. Let's go ahead and read that real quick before we During your training, Calypso would jokingly threaten to send you on patrol of Atrax Mountain whenever she needed to provide you with some extra encouragement. Now struggling up the side of the mountain, you can see why. The paths around Atrax are a maze of narrow trails weaving between rock walls and slopes of unstable scree. And you know that lurking along the trail there may be an Atrax waiting to pounce. Interesting. Interesting. Cool. So we do have to clear the artist again to complete that mission. We've got an obstacle that we need to clear as well. Okay. Then we flip over a card, and we got Tidewater muskets also, but they are a 0, so they're not going to affect us from interacting with anything because of a 0 presence. Alright, so Tidewater muskets. I got this tributary stream. I gotta get rid of this obstacle. So I've got a soak option, your feet in the cold water, to move your presence to this feature and soothe fatigue equal to your effort. And while I'm there, I can move your presence feature and add 1 progress to it. That's a follow. So that's a focus. It's a focus of 2. That's going to be hard for me to do, but I've got that symbol I can discard. Let's see what that looks like. I think I'm going to do that. Focus. And what is that symbol? Oh, it's that one. So I've got that symbol on here somewhere. I've got it on the tracked card. That's going to be tough to do. I mean, I guess that's my only option here. Tracked. So I think I'm going to discard this tracked card. And I'm going to spend a focus and see what I come up with. Oh, sorry. Oh, I messed that up. So anyway, it is a focus of 1. All right, well, clear that. Yeah, with enough progress. I think that's how that works. Let's see. just trying to figure out. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out. Da-da-da. Yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna go with it. I'm sure that's wrong, but we're gonna go with it. All right. I got these Tidewater muskets here. That I'll need to deal with. At some point. I want to get more progress on the Artel, so I'm going to do a spirit test of 2. In fact, I can do that pose, and I can add more, so I'm going to discard that. I'm going to do a pose. I'm glad I did, because it was a -1 and I needed a 2. But it allows me to add 4 progress to it. And I did. So, 82. If Helping Hand is attached to Syl and you're at a mountain location, go to 82.3. What a triumphant flourish. Syl adds a final stroke, looks at her canvas, and then back at the scene. She thinks for a moment, then leans back with a deep and satisfied sigh. I love it. She looks at you. Thank you so much. Oh, she exclaims and rummages around in her rucksack. I want you to have something. She pulls out a well-used sketchbook and hands it to you. Drawings of flora and fauna from all over the valley from when I was just starting out. There are a few pages left. I think you should be the one to fill them. See you next, masterpiece. She winks at you and begins to pack away her supplies. Gain Syl's sketchbook, reward card, and write, witness the masterpiece on the campaign tracker. Discard Syl and return Helping Hand to the collection. Witness a masterpiece. Done and dusted. So I think I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna leave, well, she'll get cleared. Leave everything else out. And pack all the extras away. On the next time, we're gonna try to clear this mountain, which seems like it's gonna be pretty tough. And then head out to the northern outpost, which is a pivotal location, and we're going to try to figure out why that's a pivotal location and what exactly we can expect at that location. All right then, join me next time as we go that route.